Good morning. We have another vintage knife to restore. Now this is a nice one. Look at this. To be in this kind of condition, I know you can't see that, but that's 1918 Brower Brothers in the canvas sheath. This is World War I era. I'm not sure about this handle, if that would be original or not. I've got to do some research on it. It could be though, but I don't think so. How about that? Very nice. Let's get our magnifying glass out here. US 1917 CT. There's something else on there I can't see very well. Okay, ACCO Chicago 1918. Funny, it says 1917 on this side. Model 1917. 1918, which would match the sheath. Now this is in very, very good shape. Maybe just a very, very light cleaning is all that's going to need. This pretty heavy, not real heavy, but enough rust here on the finger guard right there, and here. Well, we're going to put that in the evapor rust for a few hours and get it cleaned up that way. Does not appear to have been abused. You know, many of these are people will take them and beat them with a hammer and all that because they don't know what they got, but very cool stuff. Okay, to the evapor rust it goes. Hey, y'all like my snazzy new padding for front of the workbench? The kids were going to throw it away, and y'all know what I say about that. Don't throw anything away. Okay, here is our World War I Bolo knife. Now this is the one I showed you the other day. We put it in the evapor rust to neutralize all that rust. It came very, very nice. Still has to be, of course, sanded, buffed, and all that. Now this handle, I wasn't sure if it was original, and I know it's not, because in the box I also found another one that I didn't realize was in there. Same thing, same model. And I looked them up online. This is an original handle, which is wood. What kind of wood is it? Well, we don't know for sure. But this one can be repaired. It's got one little thing right there, and we'll do our homemade putty filler with that and fix that one. Okay. I've got the blade on that one oiled down real good because it's going to be a couple days until I get back to that one after I do this one. And plus it's soaked in the evapor rust because I wanted to clean the rust out of here, and the handle's going to have to dry again. And it will dry. The evapor rust won't hurt it. It'll be fine. So this is some kind of a canvas micarta type stuff. I spoke with the owner, and we're going to build a replica handle for this one. And I have some period time correct late 1800s chestnut that I think will look just absolutely perfect on here. So next step, I'll take my little Dremel tool with a burr in it. And these are brass rivets. I'm just going to grind them down here and knock those rivets out so we can get these off without tearing them up, because whoever done this repair did a very good job at getting them just almost perfect in there. So I have to save them, and then I'll trace them both out, and that's what we make our pattern out of. Let's get to work. Alright, let's see if these are going to come out fairly easy. How about that? Didn't even have to get rough with it. On the floor, that's where you're supposed to put it. It don't look bad under there. A little bit of rust. We get all that cleaned up. Get this straightened back out. First, we're going to trace out our pattern. No, we'll clean this up first. That's what I'll do. Then we'll take care of that. Okay, here's our chestnut. Now it is way thicker than it's going to be in the end, but that's the way we're going to do it. Put this down like this. Now this is the left side, holding the blade. Marked it. Well, I won't cut the same side twice, like I have done before. Draw out our shape, basic shape. Left side, top, because we'll have to make a cutout right here, and we'll make sure it's on that side. This one here, same thing. And I'll cut these just a little bit big, and I'm going to cut them on the scroll saw. I got a lot more control on the scroll saw than I do the bandsaw in little small pieces like this. Like that. Okay, and that is the right top. Alright, let's go to the scroll saw. Make sure I did it right. Yep. Alright, that didn't take too long. That side and this side. It's got a pretty good fit. Have to adjust right in here just a little bit. No big deal. Same at the bottom. I left it thick, so when I put the pins, I'm going to use brass pins. When I put them in, that'll give me plenty of room to flatten them. And I want the handle to, the thickness on the ends, to taper right down to there, just like the other one does. Okay, next step, drill our pinholes. And I believe that is a 5/16 hole, maybe. I hope I got some of that pin stock. I think I do. Alright, got the blade all cleaned up. Sanded with a very, very fine sandpaper. I got the rest of the, this one had been gun glued. I got the rest of that off. And there was something else on it. I don't know what it was, but it came off. And then I put it on the buffer. It's got tiny little pits all over it, but we're going to leave those in there. But all cleaned up with some acetone, ready to go into the gun blue tank. So dip it in gun blue, wrap the blade up, then we'll get back onto the handle. Alright, got carried away and forgot to turn the camera back on. Have the handles epoxied on. Now I didn't put a lot of epoxy, just on the very edges, which is all this is going to need. We'll set our pins. Now it's going to be ground down to the right height. But setting pins like this, what that does, this is brass, it expands that brass all the way through, all the way down to where the middle is. I've heard some knife makers say that pins are just decoration with the new modern epoxies we have now. I disagree. So that should be good on that one. There we go, the pins are set. Now it's just a matter of going to the grinder, sander, getting it all flush and start working here. Now there's a couple of gaps here. I put some little shims in there, and the shims are, believe it or not, toothpicks, wooden toothpicks. Once the stain goes on there, never know it. There we go. No, and I forgot to mention, I gun blued the blade, oiled it good, covered it good, and I forgot to turn the camera on there in that process, but we'll see it all here in a little while. This project's going to go into tomorrow, so getting tired. All right, let's take a look at it before I close up for the day. I've gone as far as I can go on the belt sander. The rest of it will be hand sanded. How about that? Getting there. You take it down just a little bit more. Just a little. Do all that by hand. Pretty good, huh? I think it come out really nice so far. Alright, that's it for today. We'll get back on this project tomorrow afternoon. And I'll see y'all then. Well, back on our World War I knife. Now, I did not turn the camera on for the handle putting on and all that stuff. I just forgot all about it. I have a one-track mind. I get busy on something and thinking about something and I got to go. You know what I mean? Anyway, this is that antique chestnut. Now this is actually wormy chestnut and has a couple of worm holes in it. There's one there, which would be sort of correct for anything this old, like the knife. But there we go. That is a coat of dark walnut stain, and I'm going to coat this one with some semi-gloss polyurethane and see how that looks. I think it'll look really nice. I think it came out really good. Got it fitted up real nice. Now the other one's in the vise with a couple of patches on it. We can save that one. So there we go. Put the polyurethane on it and look at it again. Alright, here's our original handle. World War I knife. Got the blade all cleaned up, acetone. Best I can get it, it's got some deep pits in there, but they'll be okay. Now this one, somebody had taken a grinder to it, and it took a little bit of doing to get it out. That's alright. Got the handle. Well, this is the original handle on this one. Had that big gouge out spot there, so I filled that. And I resealed it with glue so it won't come off of there. And now I'm going to gun blue the blade, get it taken care of, wrapped up, and we'll finish up the handle. Alright, first coat of poly is dry on this one. Has a very, very nice antique look, just like I want. I'm going to wipe it down with some steel wool, smooth it off a little bit, and we're going to put a second coat on. Just like that. Just going to knock down any little bitty pieces of wood that comes off of there once you get it. Like that one. Dampens, yeah, it feels really smooth. Now we're not looking for a really, really high gloss on these. That's why I'm using this semi-gloss. And this is water-based. So that's why it looks a little milky. But it will dry very clear. And this doesn't run as bad like the lacquer does. You have to be really careful with the lacquer and not put too much on. And get a run going halfway down it, and it'll dry that way, and then you have to fix it. So we might start using this a little bit more. Put it on the metal too, it won't hurt it. This part of it. Just like that. Okay, we'll hang that one back up, and I'll show you the other one right quick. Alright, this is the original handle one. Got the blade all taken care of. I'm not going to put any stain on this one, we're just going to put the poly on there. Try to preserve what's there. And this will take at least 2 coats also, maybe 3. Could go pretty heavy and let it soak in there. These are very, very nice knives for the age of them. I mean, 1917, 1918 when these were made. World War I. My grandfather was born in 1917. It's pretty cool. Of course, he's been gone a long time, but during World War II, he was actually a civilian contractor at Eglin, what's now Eglin Air Force Base. Now they call it Eglin Field now. He was a shipwright, carpenter, repairman. He did a little bit of everything. But he was not in the military. But everybody can't be in the military during times like that, because you got to, somebody's got to stay home and work on stuff, you know. Keep everything going. There we go. Like I said, dries a little bit milky, but it'll come out very clear. Now this is a 2-hour dry time on this. So we'll give it a couple of hours. It's very late in the day. Almost 4 o'clock, so we'll probably get back on these tomorrow morning. Alright, let's finish up our World War I Bolo knife restoration video here. This is the one with the original handle. Came out very, very nice. All the tang stamps and everything are still there. ACCO Chicago 1918. US model 19 CT. They're both just the same. And here's the one with the handle that I put on there. Very, very nice. Now, let me grab this. When I got this collection, they sent me pictures of everything first. And I thought I remembered seeing something. Now this is the sheath that came with the one I replaced the handle with was in this one. And honestly, the leather is in very good shape. It's not dirty. There is some staining on here, but I think that is probably rust stains. And in my experience, that won't come off. So there it is right there. Now I mentioned the pictures. I saw in a different box a sheath by itself, which happens to be the same thing. Much better shape as far as being clean. The leather is soft. It's not messed up. Browder Brothers 1918. So this is the proper sheath for these knives. There we go. How about that? Very, very nice, very, very collectible. And I put that one in backwards. There we go. Okay, we'll take one more look. Oh, we can show you the back. There's the back. It has the clips on there for your utility belt, or today called a pistol belt. That's what we called them when I was in. No time to tell them what they call them now. There we go. Another job done. Like always, we'll go to the computer in the last clip and I'll find as much history about these as I can. I've read some on it, but we'll read some more. And very, very nice pieces. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button. It really does make a lot of difference to be subscribed and like the videos. Don't cost you a thing. Only takes one little click and you're done. Comment if you would like to. And I thank you for watching. Thank y'all for your support, and I'll see y'all next time. Alright, here's a little history on the World War I Bolo knives. Now this is from the same site that the big Bolos that did some of the first ones. It's David's Blades. I'll leave a link down in the description. But this tells you all about it. They were issuing them in 1904. Let me see here. Yeah, wooden handles, 2 rivets. 1917 CT. United States model 1917 commercial tolerances. Anyway, that's about all the history I can find on these. Now we do know it was stamped, it was made in Chicago, and there were hundreds and hundreds of these made. Let's see, yeah, that's some of the first ones we got there. But there's this paragraph here is just about all I can find on them. Now value on these, they're selling on eBay from $150 to $400. So That's another one of those that prices are sort of all over the place. There we go. If I come across any other information on them, I'll list that in a separate video. There we go. I'll leave a link to this, like I said, and I thank y'all very much for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll see y'all next time.